Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make your very own bus stop for all of your city building needs. If you're new around here and you enjoy my tutorials, please do consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And not only that, if you would like to make some more bus related tutorials, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that we have quite a few of them in the background right now. Please check out the card system, description below, and the top of the comment section for a big giant modern bus station, fit with interior, double-decker bus, a city bus, a tour bus, and a coach as well. We have loads of bus related things on the channel, funnily enough, for you guys to make. But without any further ado, let's get started. Now, just before we start building, everybody, here are all of the materials that we are going to be using throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all of those materials and enough of them as well. The amount of space required to make the bus stop is a 17 by 7 block area as represented by this white concrete grid on the ground. Do feel free to make this grid in your world if you do feel as though it may help you out. And that's it. Pause the video if you have to. Do make sure that you have all that stuff. Make sure that you've got enough room to make it. Make sure you're ready. And once you are, we can begin. Step 1, my bus stop building friends. Come all the way over to the front left-hand corner of your grid, if you've made it. Count to the right from this corner 1, 2, and then inwards 1, 2. We're going to start off by placing a green concrete and 2 glass behind it. 1, 2. Place a green concrete behind the glass, and then 2 light grey going right. 1, 2. Place a green concrete going right, 2 light grey concrete going right, 1 green concrete going right, 2 light grey going right, 1 green concrete going right, 2 light grey concrete going right. Place a green concrete on the end, 2 glass in front of it, and then a green concrete on the end. What you should end up with is something that should look exactly like this. We now want to take every green concrete and we want to place 2 on top of them. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. We are now going to place glass in between all of the green concrete. So in between all the green concretes, on top of the light grey concretes, you want to have, I would specifically use glass pane because it'll really make the build look better. You can use glass block, nobody is saying that you can't, it's just that the pane gives you a nice little bit of depth and it just looks a little bit better. So we want to have something which should look like this. We are now going to put a lid on this. Quite literally, we're going to place light grey concrete all the way around on top of all of the green concrete and all of the glass like this. And we're going to fill the top of it in. So it's essentially going to put a big giant rectangular shape on top of the build. And we want to extend the front of that rectangle forward, so we want to extend it forwards an entire row, and we want to place quartz slabs to kind of give it a little bit of a trim like this. It kind of wants to look a little bit like that. Now, you can do the same thing on the back. You can extend the back backwards another row, but what I've opted to do is just simply place the quartz slabs hanging off the back. So it's just kind of got a little bit of a, it's just a little bit different in comparison to the front, but you can extend it over backwards if you like. The reason that it's extended over a little bit more forwards is so that people are a little bit more sheltered by the rain, as is, I think, the point of the bus stop, other than the fact that the buses obviously know to stop here. So, inside the bus stop, we need to have some seats. We want to place in the center of the bus stop, which is right here, this middle row of green concrete, we're going to place a blue concrete like this. And what we are then going to do is we are going to place a light grey concrete on top of it and a quartz slab on top. We are going to, in front of the middle green concrete, so on the left and right side here, we are going to place iron bars, and we're going to place seats in the form of spruce wood stairs either side. and we are going to place some spruce trapdoors. Basically, the iron bars are just to provide some separation between the seats, because sometimes you've got those kind of like long benches and they have those like metal handles in between them. I guess so that you've got a little bit of separation from the person sitting next to you. I don't quite know why. Here's an alteration that you can make to your bus stop, by the way. This is completely optional. So we have a light grey concrete roof now. If you like, you can actually make the roof, as some of these roofs are solid roofs, but some roofs I've noticed that you can get glass roofs. So it's kind of up to you which one you want to choose, whether you want to have a solid glass roof or whether you would perhaps like to have a light grey roof. I'm going to give you guys two options, but that's kind of up to you. It depends what sort of aesthetic you like a little bit more, I suppose. So what else do we have to do? We have to make just a couple more things around the bus stop. We're going to grab the painting. We're going to grab birch signs, stone brick wall, birch fence, black concrete, daylight sensor, cauldron, iron trapdoor, and the loom. And first of all, we want to place a birch sign in front of the blue concrete that we have here. And above it, we want to have a painting. Now, it wants to specifically be a 1x1, and I don't like that painting or that one. That one isn't bad. Basically, what this is supposed to represent, it's kind of supposed to either be perhaps a bus schedule, or perhaps if you want to put a button on the side, you can make it look as though it is, how would you say? Is it kind of like a place to get tickets? It's something like that. A lot of these places have like a little schedule and stuff. So it's up to you, kind of like what you interpret that to be. A lot of bus stops have advertisements. So if you like, you can chuck some paintings up, maybe on the inside and perhaps even on the outside of your bus stop like this. Whoa, that is that too big? Some of these advertisements are massive. Does that look silly? I think that might look a little bit too silly for us. So why don't we do one of these? No. What kind of? Maybe that one. Maybe it kind of looks like a movie or something. Like a lot of bus stops have advertisements, so you might want to place like one on the inside, one on the outside, or maybe kind of just like how I have, just to kind of like cover both of your bases. That first one was huge. And what else do we have? Well, we're going to have like an actual, like the sign, the bus, literally where the bus would stop. So that's going to be right in the corner here, the front left-hand corner. We're going to place a stone brick wall. We're going to chuck a birch fence on top, 2 black concretes on top. So that's going to be 1, 2. And we're going to extend it outwards either into the road, or, well, I mean, you can do it in any direction, but into the road makes more sense. We're going to place daylight sensors on top because this is supposed to be one of like the sort of like new ones that are they're like solar powered. It's all like electronic. It's not like a physical written out schedule. And we're going to place a couple of paintings as well. So we're going to have like, again, the paintings are just supposed to be kind of like pictures. It's supposed to just make it look it's just supposed to make it look a little bit more electronic, basically. So you don't have to place the paintings, not at all. You absolutely don't have to do that. But again, it's just to make it look it's just to make it look a little bit more electronic, and you can place like in the signs. Like I don't know where you're placing your bus stop, but let's say that I have a city, it's called Stream City, so, you know, like, it could be, like, Stream, like, City, and then you could have, like, the time of the bus, or whatever it might be, you know, where's the colon, and then, like, you know, like 9 o'clock, and then you could have a whole schedule of like where the bus goes and stuff, depending on how realistic you want it to be. And it's the same sort of way down here as well. Like you can write things in these signs if you want to make them look a bit more realistic. I thought that I would add a bin to our bus stop as well, so that's just going to be pretty much here. It's in a similar sort of position. I mean, you could place it like here to kind of like be equivalent to the bus stop itself, the actual stopping thing. What else do we need to do? Oh, and by the way, the bin is just a cauldron with an iron trapdoor on top. You don't have to get too fancy. I would also recommend literally writing bus stop on top of the actual bush, like the bus shelter, the bus stop, however you want to say it. And you don't have to do this. I mean, of course, if you're more than happy to just leave it as is, but I'm going to just to make it look a little bit better. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to preemptively move all of my dies and banners up to the top left-hand side here, and I'm going to use a loom to write out all of these letters. If you don't have a loom, get one. I'm going to chuck the loom on the ground. I'm sorry, but I can't use a crafting table. It's too painful. We're going to crack open the loom, and we're going to start off with our first letter, which is going to be B, of course. So that's going to be brand new banner up in the middle there. We're going to chuck a load of white dye in, and we're going to start making B. So vertical row of white dye up the left side of the banner. Grab it, put it back in, vertical row of white dye on the right side of the banner, grab it, put it back in, and then systematically place a horizontal row of white at the top, horizontal row of white in the middle, and a horizontal row of white at the bottom. And there you will have B. We have to make U, so blue banner right in the loom again, if it actually wants to go in there, and then vertical row of white on the right, vertical row of white on the left, and then a horizontal row of white at the bottom, and that will be U. Next is S, so brand new banner in there, horizontal row of white at the top, horizontal row of white at the bottom, and a diagonal row of white dye, and that's top left corner to bottom right corner. I always get them confused, and that is S. We'll actually be using two S's, and that would be the next letter as well. So we're going to move over to T, so horizontal row of white at the top, and then a vertical row of white right in the middle like that. So B-U-S-T. We need an O, so this is going to be brand new banner, and I mean, the easy as it gets. Horizontal row of white at the bottom, horizontal row of white at the top, vertical row of white on the right, and also a vertical row of white on the left, and that is O. And for P, this is our last letter. You have to make it in quite a specific way. You need a vertical row of white on the right side, grab it, get the white dye out, put the blue dye in. You want to have a half row, like fill the lower half of the banner in with blue dye. You then want to grab that, put it in again, get rid of the blue dye, grab the white again, and then you want a horizontal row of white through the middle, horizontal row of white along the top, and then a vertical row of white up the left side, and then that will be P. Perfect. So we actually have bus stop pretty much spelled out for us now, missing one of the S's. But basically, this is how it's spaced out. This is how it works. On the thirds, light grey concrete starting from the left, so 1, 2, 3, we're going to place B, U, S. We leave a gap of 2, and then S, T, O, P. So that way, the sign is perfectly balanced for the top of the bus shelter. If you don't want it to be balanced, then this is absolutely, whatever. If you don't want it to be balanced, you're more than happy to say start maybe like one row in on the, oh maybe not, maybe just right on the end here, bus, and then gap of 1 and then stop. So whatever it is you prefer in terms of the actual signage, that is completely up to you. The last little thing that I'm going to do is I am quite simply going to dig out the entire area using, I'm going to dig it out using my hand, and then I'm going to fill it in using smooth stone. I was going to say I was going to dig it out using smooth stone, but I'm then going to fill it in with smooth. You guys get what I'm talking about. So, this is actually the build. Pretty much complete, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you what it looks like once you have gotten rid of all the grass, place some smooth stone in there, and we'll also place a road in front too, so it will look fantastic. So this is what your bus stop will look like once it has been 100% fully completed, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, it looks a little bit better now that it is integrated into your city with some smooth stone, and now there's an actual road there, so buses can actually get to the bus stop. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, and you're new around here, please do consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all of my videos sent directly to your sub box. If you would like to build some more stuff by me, especially if you would like to build some more bus related stuff, such as a double-decker bus or a city bus or a tour bus or even a coach or even a big giant modern bus station fit with interior, then check out the card system, description below, and the top of the comment section as well for all of those things. You'll be able to find them so easily. And not only that, we do have some more city related builds as well. As you can see in the background, we have loads of stuff on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.